Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. Yeah, I got a new little intro or whatever for the daily check-in. You guys know how I do it. Today is Thursday, June 25th. Is it June 28th? I'm sorry, June 26th. I'm sorry. Thursday, June 26th. This is on air. No, this is the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. I'm just confused right now. Anyway, it's another day to show off a hotel. That's what it's all about. So every time I do a daily check-in or on air with Russell of Hotels, which is my live hospitality talk show that comes on every Tuesday, everyone's talking about it. I'm always going to showcase a hotel that I've experienced. Okay. Never will there be hotels that I have never experienced. I get people sending me videos and pictures and photos and like, hey, can you post this on your next daily check? No, I can't, because that's not what it's all about, right? I mean, you just can't do those things. You have to actually be there. This on my social media stuff, I've actually done those things that that I claim to do or claim to be. They're not just props in the background. I've been to these hotels, I've been to these destinations, and so I can talk intelligently about them. Okay, so there you go. You gotta draw the line somewhere. Okay, so anyway, this is a daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. I do it every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today is Thursday, so happy Thursday. One more day in the week, right? So there you go. So today is the Hotel del Coronado. I was there several weeks ago for a fam trip, and I love that hotel. A lot of people know about it. It's historical. I want to say it was built in 1888, if I'm not mistaken. And oh my God, you're talking about charm and history and just the architecture of that period of time, just spectacular, just beautiful, just one of those places. And I hadn't been there in like 25 years, right? And I go there and I just remember it, 25, years prior, and it's still just as beautiful today as it was back then. Okay, so there you go. I just thought I'd throw that in there. So shout out to Shari out there, or Sherry. Why I keep calling her Shari? Why? Because the name, her spelling. I don't know. And I knew someone else that had that same spelling, and her name was Shari. So every time I see it or every time I envision it, I call her Shari. But it's Sherry. Okay, it's Sherry. It's Sherry. She's with Discover Coronado. So she was the reason why I was out there, because she invited me to attend the fam trip. So thank you so much, Sherry. I got it right that time, right? Okay, so anyway, these daily check-ins don't have to be that long. I just tend to make them that long. I'm live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn. If you do not subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. Just stop everything you're doing right now. Go over there, go to YouTube, go to Russell of Hotels, hit that subscribe button, and it'll go bing. And anytime I go live or about to go live, you get a notification. So right? And you can make comments in real time on YouTube right now. Okay. So that means right now you can make comments, right? The comment section is open for YouTube as well as LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you can make comments as well. I just have to go back after the show's over. They won't be live. I just have to go back after the show and see the comments. And I've been getting comments lately, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Marie Corey, for your comments. Of course, Elizabeth made some comments the day before, so I do appreciate it, because they're comments that had a lot to do with what I was talking about, right? And they interjected some their experiences and things like that, especially when it comes to fam trips and attending fam tours and conventions or conferences or whatever. So I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love and support that I get. So, just in case you did not know, top 50 social media influencer in global hospitality for 2025. I'm one of those people. I'm at the top, right? That's me at the top, right? So on the right. So, over this way, that way, no, this way. Where's my hand at? I can't even, I don't even know where the heck I'm going. This way. Okay, over there. Okay. So thank you so much to the International Hospitality Institute. Why do I put this up here every day? Why do I talk about it? Because if I don't do it, no one else will. So make sure, if it's your brand, a brand that you develop, brand that you're working on, make sure, you're the one that's leading the charge. You're the one that's leading the cheers, okay? Because not everybody knows what you do. We hope with this world of social media, we just hope that everybody knows, who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. But that's not the case, right? So that's why I constantly, consistently post things and get engage in conversations and things like that online, because I want people to know who the heck I am. Same thing for hotels, same things for destinations. They should always engage with people that may have questions about their hotel or their destination. But you have to start with visibility before you can even get into the engagement thing. So let's just make sure that we are letting people know that we're out there, we exist. And this is just a way of me saying that, hey, yeah, I happen to be, one of the top 50 social media influencers in global hospitality for 2025. You know what? And it's okay to let people know that, right? People get caught up in like, oh my God, I'm just happy to be, not nominated, which I am. I'm happy to be on the list, right? But you got to take it a step further. You got to let people know that you are on this list, okay? You're only as good as the people that you're telling, right? So why hold it to yourself? If the International Hospitality Institute went out of their way to designate 50 people for 2025, why not let people know? Okay, there you go. So that's what I'm doing. So pat yourself on the back sometime. It's okay. Be the one out there with the pom poms. Okay. So anyway, enough of that. Let's move on. Like I said, this thing does not have to be that long, but I tend to make it that long. Typically about 20-25 minutes. So all the photos I'm talking about I will share will be of Hotel Del Coronado. This is one of the guest rooms. And we lead to a blog. Okay, so any topic that I talk about will be on the blog, so you don't have to write notes. You don't have to commit it to memory and all that kind of stuff, because it will be on my blog. And how to get to the blog? Just go russellofhotels.com and just go to the blog button or drop down menu, hit the button, bing, and just like when you subscribe, it'll make that noise, bing, and you'll see the topics, not just today's topic, but past topics as well. So make sure you, I like to keep people up to date on what's going on, and I never delete any of the things that I talk about. They're there on the blog, they're there on my website. So just go ahead and peruse my website, russellofhotels.com. All the information is there. How I got started, who I am, where I'm from, all that stuff is all there. Yeah, where I'm from there. Anyway, I'm from Blythe, California. People, it's funny. This is like a icebreaker, especially for people in California. From California, they've driven from, let's say Southern California on the freeway. Say they drive from Los Angeles on a 10 freeway to like Phoenix, Arizona. Like Blythe, and they know it. It's on the tip of their tongue. Like, Blythe, where's that at? And I'll tell them where it is on the California area. It's that little small town. People are from there. You're from there. And, it's just a conversation starter, right? Because not many people are from Blythe, okay? And the people from Blythe are not, quick to say that, yeah, I grew up there, born and raised there 18 years, whatever. Well, I am born and raised in Blythe, California, 18 years. Farming community. It's hot as heck in the summer. Right now, it's probably 110 today, but yeah, so that's just where I'm from, right? So all the information, why I said that? Because all my information is on my website, right? And my phone number as well as my email is there too. So I'm the easiest person to get a hold of. Okay, so if you don't want to get a hold of me, it's because it's on you. It has nothing to do with me, because I'm all about however people want to get a hold of me. I have to be accessible. If you're a brand, if you put your brand out there, and you're the one that's saying that, hey, if you have questions or anything about hotels or whatever, and you don't let people know how to get a hold of you, well, then shame on you. Then you're really not what what you say you are. Well, I am, and I want to make sure that, yeah, my information is there. I'm 100% accessible. So there you go. So that's why I talked about Blythe for a little bit, because a lot of people don't know that, right? And I just want to give that little tidbit of information. Yeah, I'm from Blythe, B-Town. That's what we call it, B-Town. So, and as you can tell, I tickle myself and I laugh at my own jokes. Anyway, what is the topic for today? Okay, the topic for today is visibility is more than a social post. Now, I talk about this all the time as being visible and posting and things like that. Well, I'm going to take it a little step further and kind of, are we truly showing up, right? And that was the kind of the topic for the day, the subtopic. are you truly showing up? Visibility is more than a social post, but are you really truly showing up like you should be? Okay, you have opportunities to show up and you don't. Okay, I'm gonna get to that, right? So number one, and I have all these things. You don't have to write them down. You don't have to commit them to memory. Like I said, all these things are on the my blog. So just go russellofhotels.com. They're there already, right? So you can follow along with me if you want to, because there's more than just this, right? So anyway, okay. So in fact, I'm trying to work with it. You know what? I need a teleprompter. I don't know why I don't have a teleprompter, but I should. I have my I guess I could put it on my iPad, but anyway, let me just kind of set this up. And of course, it's not doing what I wanted to do, so I'm gonna have to hold it. But you can't see that, right? You can't see what I'm doing. So okay, number one, consistent posting. Well, does consistent posting equal true visibility? That's a good question, right? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Many professionals equate showing up online with simply posting frequently. But posting without interaction is like speaking into a void. Okay, what do you mean by that? Visibility is about sparking engagement, replying to comments, joining conversations, and being present on other people's content too. So let's just take LinkedIn. So you're posting things and you're hoping that you want people to make comments on yours. Of course, that's what you want, right? But make sure it's engaging so people will that'll prompt people to do that. But you have to be the one also to go and read things about your industry or whatever that other people have posted, and you need to make comments on their postings as well. So it's not a one-way street. You have to be, just as much as you want people to make comments on your posting, you have to go and consistently make comments on someone else's posting. So if you're on LinkedIn, which a lot of people are, and you're just going by and just liking things, click, oh, like. Well, what does that do, right? No, start making comments on there. Like, hey, great post. And I had a situation where this happened to me, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, you don't have to go into great detail, but you want to make sure that you do let people know that, you put your opinion there, because your opinion matters, especially if you're trying to be this, thought leader or whatever. Well, if you're a thought leader, then you should be making comments about your thoughts on that particular topic or subject. So make sure you're being consistent, not just with your postings, but you want to make sure you're being consistent with making comments on other people's postings. So just remember, is consistent posting, is it equal true visibility? I mean, just some things you have to think about, right? Visibility is about sparking engagement, replying to comments, joining conversation, and being present on other people's comments too. I've said that. Are you commenting on industry peers' posts as well? Industry peers, especially, you want to do those, right? Are you reposting with insight, or do you post and ghost? What? Oh, I'm just posting and ghosting. That's what a lot of people do, right? They post and then they don't make any other comments. They don't, when people start making comments to them on their postings, they don't say anything. They just move on to something else. No, if someone's posting on your feed, make sure you post as well. So don't be posting and ghosting. That's a good one, right? Posting and ghosting. I'm gonna use that again. Visibility becomes reciprocal when people begin to expect your perspective, not just your post, right? People want your perspective. Okay, if you're talking about meeting planners or brand awareness and all this stuff, I'm preaching this stuff, and then someone posts something about it and I see it and I just like it and keep it moving. No, they want your perspective. So make sure you put your perspective on there, and there you go. Because people will start anticipating, what is Russell gonna say about this? Okay. I know he's seen it. What is he gonna say about it? So make sure you put something on there. Okay. Don't just be posting and ghosting. Okay. Number 2, your digital footprint is your brand's first impression. Think of your LinkedIn bio, website, and Google search results as your virtual business card. I think about that all the time, right? It has to be. Is your branding current, clear, and consistent across all platforms that you use? Does it speak to your audience you want to attract? So make sure, you're not going to reach everybody. But I'm in hospitality. I'm trying to reach the hospitality people. Not well, depending on the posting, right? Because people for some of the things that I do as far as like meeting planning and hotel site selection, I'm not trying to reach the people in hospitality. I'm trying to reach the people that may have meetings in a hotel. They may be seeking a destination. Of course, I'm trying to reach people outside of my industry. Okay, so not just the people within. So it depends on what I'm posting as to who I'm trying to reach. But I know who my audience is, right? So for the most part, is generally people outside of the industry, because if I'm doing hotel site selection, I want people in the corporate world. I want people that are maybe planning for lawyers um, or associations or accounting firms and all these kind of things, right? So those are the people that I'm trying to look for, and they may not be in hospitality. So it's okay to look outside of it as long as you know what your strategy is. Okay. There you go. Let's see. Where am I? Where am I? Ask if someone saw your profile today, would they instantly understand? So if you're posting, if people are looking at your profile on LinkedIn, will they automatically know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them? Make sure it's concise and it's to the point, right? You want to know, you only get so much to put there, but you want to make sure you let people know you create brand awareness for hospitality entities. Boom. Okay. Or I assist companies and organizations with finding hotels for their next meeting, retreat, whatever. That's kind of wordy, but you want to make sure you abbreviate that and put that there, because you want to make sure you get the right message out there, and let people know, who do you help? What problem do you solve? Everyone has a problem, right? What problem are you solving? And why are you different from someone else? Do I have to go into detail on that? But no, just make sure you let people know why you're different. There you go. What do you do that other people don't do? There you go. And also, one thing I wanted to say that I kind of forgot about, I kind of like glossed over it. I don't even know if I mentioned it. But if someone Googled you, what would come up? What does it say about you? So make sure everyone needs to do that. Just stop what you're doing here, or after you listen to me or watch this show, Google yourself and see what pops up. Those things you can control, right? So make sure whatever it comes across is what you want the whole world to see, because literally the world is out there watching what you're doing at any moment. So yeah, just make sure whatever you're putting out, or whatever, someone Googles and your name or company pops up, what is it saying about you? And is that a good thing? And if is that the message that you want? There you go. There you go. Real visibility means people can see, feel, and trust your expertise even before speaking to you. I'm going to say that one more time. Real visibility means people can see, feel, and trust your expertise before speaking to you. That's deep right there. And the third one, visibility requires strategy, not just activity. Are you showing up in places where your target audience is? Examples of true visibility: speaking on a hospitality panel or industry webinar. Have you ever been invited to do something like that on a panel? I did that last December. I had never done it before, right? And someone, Arlette, shout out to Arlette at Ontario CVB. Ontario. So her and Michael out there. So and Lorraine, L Boogie. So yeah, so shout out to Ontario CVB. But yeah, so Arlette invited me to come and speak on a panel. I had never been on a panel before, and to be quite frankly, although I do these things all the time, I'm speaking, on my daily check-in. I have a show on air with Russell of Hotels that had just did my 300th show a couple of weeks ago. I was afraid because I had never done it before. I was nervous. Well, afraid was not the right thing. I was nervous. Okay, I was definitely nervous. I'm like, I never done this before. What are you gonna ask me? I'm asking these questions like, what are you gonna ask me? Oh my God, whatever. But when I got on there, I was on there with a young lady, and it, the nervousness goes away once you get on that stage and everyone's like looking at you for the most part, and they ask that first question, right? Once you answer that first question, the nervousness goes away. But I had never done it before. So yeah, I had some little pent up anxiety. I'm like, what the heck? I don't know if I want to do this. I almost said no. But Arlette, if you know Arlette doesn't take no for an answer. Okay. So I didn't. I mean, I didn't allow my, whatever issues to get in the way of that, because I'm like, hey, this is what you do. This is what you talk about. Why wouldn't you want to go out there and do it? Okay, same thing for everyone else, right? If I can get through it, anyone else can do it. So if you asked to speak on a hospitality panel or industry webinar, just do it. Okay, just say Russell of Hotels did it. I can do it too. Collaborating with thought leaders, brands, or CVBs. Do that all the time, right? So make sure you're able to do that. If people ask you to do something, just do it. Being featured or hosting a podcast like On Air with Russell of Hotels. So if I ask you to come on the show, damn it, just come on the show and just do it, right? Because it's an opportunity for you to talk about your brand. All the things that you say your brand is, well, come on there and talk about it. It's okay, right? Yeah, the nervousness is going to go away once we get started. Once we get, the camera rolling and I ask you that first question, and it's going to be good, right? So if you get opportunities to do that, never back away from those opportunities, because if you want to be visible, you have to be visible, okay? And that's being consistent. You got to show up, and that's part of showing up. Not just your posting, but you showing up on someone else's podcast. That speaks volumes for you, your brand, and it takes you to another level. Let's see. Being featured, podcast, writing for a trade publication, or being interviewed on a travel hotel format or platform. I think that would be cool as well. So you have a lot to say, so why not say it? These activities amplify your voice beyond your own channel. See, we think that this channel is the end all be all. No, there's a big world out there, and if people within the world are asking you to, be a thought leader, come on their show, write an article, whatever, just do it, because it's gonna make your visibility go to that next level, to the nth degree. So anyway. Oh man. Okay, final reflection. Are you just present, or are you just positioned? True visibility isn't about checking the box on content. It's about showing up intentionally and consistently across the ecosystem where your clients, partners, and industry peers are watching. So wherever they are, that's where you want to be. Okay, so just make sure visibility is more than just a social post. You got to get involved. You want people to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. So there you go. So those are some tidbits of information from Russell of Hotels today. So make sure you go back and rewind this. Make sure you go to my blog, russellofhotels.com. This information is there in its entirety. And it's never going to go away. Just like the video, it's never going to go away. So anyway, let's move on. We're almost done. Once again, Hotel Del Coronado. This is the views from, and I don't know why I wasn't able to I did take a good photo, but when I put it on here, you can't see. You can see the ocean perfectly, right? But you see where the tables are, the umbrellas. Those are actually tables, and it's actually, you can have lunch out there. All those kind of things. So the Hotel Del owns this part of the beach, right? They own part of the beach. So this is for their private, lunches or whatever. Like I said, you want to take it from the meeting space outside and enjoy, the beach, the weather, and all that Southern California has to offer. You can do that here at the Hotel Del Coronado. There you go. And then also show number 303. On Air with Russell of Hotels is Tuesday at 1 p.m. live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. So they'll always be live on LinkedIn, always be live on YouTube. So if you don't subscribe to my channel, which I said this already, so make sure you do. I appreciate it. And then you get the notification. And you'll know exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Now, this right here is called the Crown Room. It's meeting space at the Hotel Del Coronado, okay? And once again, the photo is kind of distorted because you can see, I wanted you to see the ceiling, and the crown, you see the chandeliers, they're made in the shape of crowns, like for a king or a queen or whatever. So I wanted you to see that, but I wanted you to see all the space too. But for whatever reason, you're not able to see that. But you did see the most important thing, the crowns. But it has natural lighting, which a lot of groups like. So, once again, if you're thinking about having meetings, you want to do something a little different, Hotel Del Coronado, you haven't been there in 25 years like me, you're like, oh my God, I got to go check that place out. So go check it out and maybe even have a meeting there, whatever. So there you go. So I think that is it. So once again, thank you guys so much for joining On Air with Russell. I'm sorry, this is not on air. This is the daily check-in. So thank you again for joining the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The time may change, but it's typically in the afternoon, so typically after 12 o'clock. So there you go. That is it. I see no questions, but just remember all this information I talked about is on my blog. Go there, russellofhotels.com. If you have any questions at all, you can email me. russell@russellofhotels.com is my email. Go to my website. My phone number is there. If you choose to call me and ask questions, that's fine too. However you want to reach out to me is how I want to receive it. Okay, so it's up to you. And there we go. So I have one little quote here. You can't expect results if you're hiding. Visibility is not luck, it's strategy. So it's not luck that I come on here and do this daily check-in and On Air with Russell of Hotels. It's all about strategy, right? I started this back in 2019 because I went in, I said, I'm not leaving 2018 and going into 2019 doing the same things I was doing. So that's why I came up with the On Air with Russell of Hotels, right? So 2 years ago, I said, I'm not doing enough. I've done, at that time, maybe about 200 episodes of On Air with Russell of Hotels. I said, that's not enough. It's once a week. So I said, what if I start doing a daily check-in? So I went from just doing On Air with Russell of Hotels 1 day a week to a daily check-in 4 days a week. So add those together, that's 5 days a week, right? So I said, I need more info. I need to put more stuff out there. So there you go. So you got 5 days a week of me. So that's how the whole thing started, right? So there you go. So it's all about visibility, and I talk in great detail about visibility. So make sure you go back and check that out. So anyway, that is it. I'm out. You guys have a great day. Happy Thursday. And remember, I'll be back tomorrow because tomorrow's Friday, and I'll be doing another daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. So until then, have a great day. And as always, peace.